Hello student, how are you? I am Arun sir. Welcome to my channel Tuition Expert. Today in this class, I will teach you about the angular velocity. Student, if you watch my video regularly and follow my class attentively, then I can assure you that you must crack the IIT exam and NEET confidently with a good rank. Today's class about the angular velocity in any type. What is angular velocity? I will define angular velocity in details. Suppose a in a circular path a body rotates. Suppose particle is at here. This is center of the circle and it makes an angle b. It makes an angle theta. It makes an angle theta at center in time t. Simple angular velocity is defined as the theta by t. Now what is the theta? Theta is angular position by time. We may call it angular displacement also. So what is the linear speed? Linear speed is what is the velocity? Linear velocity. Linear velocity equal to this linear displacement by time. So angular velocity equal to angular displacement by time. Actually it is angular position by time, theta by t. So theta equal to omega into t. Now what is angular position or angular displacement? Theta equal to angular displacement or angular position. This is a vector quantity. What is the direction of vector? Direction of vector is this is axial vector. Direction is about the axis. If the body rotates in a circle and we curl the fingers along the direction of rotation, then thumb denotes the direction of the angular displacement. So this is called axial vector. So theta, so omega is a vector quantity, theta by t. Theta is vector, so direction of angular velocity is the direction of angular displacement or angular position. Theta is axial vector and in its direction is, if we curl the fingers along the direction of rotation of the body, then thumb denotes the angular displacement, the direction of angular displacement. So this is a vector quantity. Now what is the unit of omega? Unit of omega, theta unit is radian and this is time is second, so radian per second. Now what is the dimension? Dimension is, we know theta, dimension of theta has no dimension, so this is, and t per second, so m0 l0 t to the power minus 1. This is the dimension of omega. Between omega n, that is frequency and time period t. Very important things, relation between omega, frequency and time period. Now what is time period? Time period means time taken, okay, time taken to complete one rotation. So one rotation means what? Angular, what is the angle? In one rotation angle produces 2 pi. So if time period is t, then we can say that in t second angular displacement equal to 2 pi. So in 1 second angular displacement equal to 2 pi by t. So we know what is the angular velocity, that is the angular displacement or angle produced in 1 second equal to angular velocity, simple as linear velocity, that is linear displacement per unit second is linear velocity, angular displacement per unit second is angular velocity. So this is called angular velocity. So we define that omega equal to 2 pi by t if t is time period. Time period means time taken to complete one rotation, and in one rotation angle produced is 2 pi. So that is, we can say that in t second angular displacement is 2 pi. 1 second, in 1 second angular displacement is this. So this is called omega. This is called omega. So omega equal to 2 pi by t. This is an important formula. Now what is frequency? Frequency is denoted by n here. So sometimes frequency is denoted by f, small f. Here we denote frequency is n. Now what is frequency? Numbers of complete rotation, rotation in 1 second. So numbers of complete rotation in 1 second equal to frequency. So t second, t means time taken to complete one rotation. So if in t second numbers of rotation, how much? Number of rotation equal to 1, because t is the time taken to complete one rotation. So in t second number of rotation equal to 1. By unitary method, 1 second number of rotation equal to 1 by t. So n is defined as n equal to 1 by t. So this is the formula, n equal to 1 by t. Now if we put 1 by t equal to n, so we get omega equal to 2 pi n. So these are the important relation, omega equal to this or t equal to 2 pi by omega. You remember with this formula, omega equal to 2 pi by n. Now there is SI unit is radian per second, but also other unit are there, that is speed of the car, etc. are denoted by RPM. Wheel rotation, unit of wheel rotation is RPM, generally RPM. What is RPM? Rotation per minute. Okay, so now if you want to convert RPM to radian per second, then rotation per minute. What is rotation? In one rotation angle is 2 pi. In one rotation angle is 2 pi, and per minute, that is in 1 minute one rotation. In 1 minute body takes one rotation. So one rotation means 2 pi radian, and 1 minute means 60 seconds. So 1 RPM equal to 2 pi by 60 radian per second. 2 pi by 60 radian per second. Now another unit is RPS. If RPS is present, this is called rotation per second. That is 1 RPS equal to 2 pi per second means 1 second radian per second. Now if RPH, what is RPH? RPH means rotation per hour. That is 2 pi. 1 hour means how much? 1 hour is 3600 second. So this is radian per second. So these are the other unit of omega. Now what is the average angular velocity? Average angular velocity and instantaneous angular velocity. In a circular motion, suppose body start from here and body reaches at point A. So this angle is theta 1, and then in t second, in del t second, the body reaches at point B, and this angle is theta 2. Now in del t second, what is the angle produced by the body? Angle produced by the body is del theta equal to theta 2 minus theta 1. Now del theta by del t is called average angular velocity. So average angular velocity is defined as del theta by del t. If a body rotates in uniform circular motion, if a body rotates with uniform circular motion, that is velocity is constant. If the body rotates with constant velocity, then average angular velocity, omega average, will be constant. Omega average is constant for whole over the path. If body rotates with a uniform velocity in circular motion, in circular path, then average angular velocity is constant. Now omega, this is vector, this is vector. Now what is the instantaneous velocity? Like average velocity v average, average velocity equal to how? Average velocity equal to displacement del s by del t, and instantaneous velocity v equal to ds by dt, ds by dt. Like this angular instantaneous angular velocity, instantaneous angular velocity equal to instantaneous angular velocity equal to just here at the time limit del 2 tends to 0. Instantaneous means time gap should be very small, tends to 0, then it denotes at a moment. That is when there is a time gap, then we can say that it is average. We can calculate the average angular velocity. But for instantaneous means it is at a moment, at a particular moment. That is, this time gap should be very small. So del t, del theta by del t. This is the definition of instantaneous angular velocity. That is, at a particular moment, the velocity, angular velocity is called instantaneous angular velocity. So for a particular moment means del t should be tends to 0. This is called d theta by dt. Like as this, simple ds by dt or dx by dt. As we calculate for the linear velocity in kinematics, dx by dt, here d theta by dt. So omega equal to d theta by dt. This is called instantaneous angular velocity. Now d theta equal to omega dt. So these are the relation. Angular velocity, suppose angle produced by particle is varies with time is this. Suppose angle produced by particle with time is this. So find average angular velocity and instantaneous angular velocity. Find average angular velocity between in time 2 second to 6 second and instantaneous angular velocity at 3 second. When we calculate instantaneous velocity at that moment, at 3 second after start, that is after start at the moment 3 second or 3.5 second. So for instantaneous velocity at the second, and for average angular velocity time gap should be mentioned in 2 second to 3 second. So what is the answer? This is given. Given means the angle produced by particle with time varies with this. That is the find average angular velocity in time 2 second to 6 second and instantaneous angular velocity at 3 second. So suppose this is the question. How can we solve this? So we know average angular velocity omega average equal to theta in 6 second minus theta in 2 second divided by time gap. Time gap is 6 minus 2. So this is average angular velocity radian per second. Theta 6 means theta in 6 seconds. So what is this minus theta in 2 second by 4. So you calculate this, answer will be radian per second. So this is the answer. Okay. Now this is the average angular velocity. Now what is the, you can simplify this, then you get value. Now what is the instantaneous angular velocity? Instantaneous angular velocity is d theta by dt. So instantaneous angular velocity equal to d theta by dt, which is equal to 3 into t square. Derivative of t square is 2 into 2 minus 1 plus 2 into 1 into 2 to the power 1 minus 1 plus constant derivative is 0. So 60 plus 2. Now d theta by dt at t equal to 3 second, we get 6 into 3 plus 2, that is 20 radian per second. This is the answer. Okay. So like as kinematics, we can calculate instantaneous angular velocity. linear velocity and angular velocity. What is the relation? Suppose body rotates in a circular path, and from this to this the angle makes theta. The particle travels from A to B, produced angle theta at the center in t second. Now the particle makes the angle theta at the center. What is the distance covered? Linear distance. Linear distance covered is s, and radius of the circle is r. Many teachers makes mistake that this is the linear, this is the displacement. Not, displacement is not a curve path. You know that displacement is always a straight line. Straight line. So displacement should be from, if you take the displacement, then this should be A to B, that is this. This is displacement, not this is displacement. Many teachers makes mistakes that this is the displacement, not this is displacement. This is linear distance travel, linear distance travel. Okay, so if you take the displacement, then this is the displacement. Displacement is always along a straight line, initial position to final position, shortest distance. This is not displacement, but many teachers make it mistake that this is displacement. So not displacement. This is called, S is called linear distance travel. Linear distance travel. So S is called linear distance travel, which is the arc of circle. Now what is the relation between S, R and theta? We know in class 9, in class 10 in mensuration, you have studied that S equal to R into theta, a formula. Arc of the circle is R, radius of the circle, into angle at center. So S equal to R theta. Now V, that is, which is called linear speed, not linear velocity. So linear distance by time is linear speed. We not define linear velocity. The linear speed equal to what? S by t. Simple. Linear distance by time equal to linear speed. Okay, no confusion. R into S equal to R theta by t, that is R into theta by t. What is theta by t? Theta is by t equal to omega. So V, linear speed, equal to R omega for circular motion. Circular motion. This is a, that is scalar. Linear speed, this is scalar, and this is the magnitude of the angular velocity. Actually angular velocity is vector quantity, but if we take the magnitude, this is scalar. Magnitude is always scalar. So V equal to R omega for circular motion. For simplicity you can remember this, but there is a relation, vector relation about there is a vector relation between V, R, omega. I will discuss later vector relation. So for circular motion, V equal to R omega, thus you can memorize to solve the problem. V equal to R omega, V equal to R omega. For circular motion you can remember this, V equal to R omega. Now so angular velocity and angular velocity and linear velocity. So this will be actually V equal to omega cross R. This is the relation, V equal to omega cross R for any type of motion. So this is the general condition. For circular motion particular, if we take magnitude V equal to omega cross R, then now what is relation? Omega R sin theta. We know omega r sin theta. Omega cross means omega r sin theta. For circular motion, what is the angle between omega and r? Omega is along this direction, normal to the plane, and r is this. So r, this is r, and this is omega. This is omega. This is r. So what is the angle between omega and r? This is r vector. This is omega vector. Direction of omega is along this direction, because if we call this, the thumb denotes in this direction. So what is the relation between omega? What is the angle between omega and r? 90 degree. So here put omega into r into sin 90, that is omega r, that is omega into r. So v, magnitude of the v, then magnitude of the v is called linear speed. We can write this. So v equal to omega r, that is for circular motion v equal to omega r. This is linear speed, not velocity. Linear velocity, v equal to linear speed equal to omega into r. Then we cannot write that v equal to omega into r, because this cannot be equal, because direction of v and direction of omega are different, so this may not equal. Actual relation is v equal to omega cross r. So omega cross r, direction of omega cross r and velocity will be same. Magnitude of the velocity, suppose here velocity direction of velocity is this, here direction of velocity along the tangent, here this, so always direction changes, but magnitude of this velocity, when at a particular moment we called this is velocity, but and velocity has a vector, it has a particular direction, but magnitude of the velocity we can say that it is linear speed. If the body rotates in a circular path, then this s by t equal to linear speed, not linear velocity. So linear speed and magnitude of and linear velocity, when we call the linear velocity, this is vector and it has a direction, particular direction, and magnitude of the velocity is called linear. If the body rotates with uniform velocity in circular path, then the magnitude of v is called linear speed. Now what is the, so one thing you remember that so this is a, suppose velocity v, direction, when the body is at here, this is the direction of velocity and this is r vector, and omega, what is the direction of omega direction is this. So v equal to omega cross r means that is omega to r. If omega, from omega to r, if we call omega to r, then the direction of velocity will be in this direction, omega to r, the velocity direction will be this. So if we, so what is the, to understand in practical, what is the relation between in vectorially v equal to omega cross r. Suppose a disk rotates along this axis, now when the disk rotates in anticlockwise direction, the disk shift along this axis, that is shift movement will be along this axis. Now suppose, so this is the direction of omega along which the disk shift. So this is the direction of angular velocity direction is always to the axial vector. So this is the direction of angular velocity will be always to the axis of rotation, so that's why it is called axial vector. Now omega cross r will be v. So by cross product, if we call omega to r, first omega then r, omega to r, then the velocity will be in this direction, so omega cross r equal to v. So this is the this will be satisfied, omega cross r equal to v. So omega, this is r, if we call omega to r, velocity is in this direction, so omega cross r equal to v is satisfied. So this is the picture of the disk rotates this direction, rotates in this direction, so along the axis it will shift. So this this is the direction of angular velocity, this is radius vector, and omega cross r equal to v. So that's this is the general case. So for particular case, the angle between omega and r is 90 degree. For circular angle is angle between omega and r is 90 degree. So if we take magnitude both sides, v equal to omega r sine 90 degree, that is omega r. So for circular motion, always suppose this is the velocity by r, that is v and r should be perpendicular, that is the perpendicular component, that is perpendicular velocity or perpendicular to the radius. We take the perpendicular component of any velocity with the radius, and this ratio is called omega equal to perpendicular velocity by r. In circular motion, the whole velocity is perpendicular to the radius, so we take v by r. But for any other type of motion, particle moves with linear speed, suppose 50 meter per second along horizontal direction, that is towards x-axis. Now here suppose a origin present, and a man observe the motion of the particle. So to observe when this is at here, then what is the angular velocity about the point O? That is, this is the question, that if a particle moves with velocity 50 meter per second along horizontal direction, that is along x-axis, and a man is at the origin, observe the motion of the particle, then how can he observe? So to see the object, he just move his eyes, that is this, from this to this, he observe this way. To observe the particle, the man just rotates his eyes this to this way, okay, this way. So this is the angular shift. To observe the motion of the particle, the man rotates his eyes. So this is the angular velocity. Angular position changes with respect to O. So here suppose this is the reference line, this line. Now when the particle is at here, this makes an angle, and when the particle is hit here, this makes another angle. So here a angular velocity, that is angle, will be changed. So in theta by t is called angular velocity. So here we define a angular velocity, a term angular velocity. Now when the particle is at A, what is the angular velocity, and when is the particle at B, what is the angular velocity? Suppose this angle will give in theta equal to 60 degree. So when this is 60 degree, and this distance is suppose 5 meter, this distance is 5 meter, this angle is 60 degree. So find, for this problem, find angular velocity at A and at B with respect to O. So that is the body, that is with respect to O, position O, the a angle is produced. So when the particle is at A, and what is the angular velocity, and when the particle is at B, what is the angular velocity? So we define that angular velocity equal to perpendicular component by distance. So this is the distance, and this is the distance, that is r, and this is the velocity. So when the particle is at here, velocity and radius is completely perpendicular. So angular velocity at A equal to v by r, that is v is equal to 50 by r equal to 5. This is the answer. This velocity and this will completely perpendicular, so we take this. Now when the particle is at B, what is the perpendicular of this is the radius, and we take the perpendicular component this. So we have to take omega at B, we have to take the perpendicular component. If this is 60 degree, 90, this is 30 degree, so this is 30 degree. Now this is 30 degree, this is 90 degree, so this is 60 degree. Now perpendicular component, that is velocity of this perpendicular component, will be 50 cos 60 degree. So we have to take this value, this component. So 50 meter per second is along this. So here this angle is 60 degree. So we take 50 cos 60 degree. This is the perpendicular by this distance. What is the distance? Distance equal to r dash equal to, from this triangle we get cos 60 degree equal to cos 60 degree equal to base by hypotenuse 5 by r dash. So r dash equal to 5 into 2, that is 10. So 10 cos 60 degree equal to half. Cos 60 equal to half 25 by 10, 2.5 radian per second. Okay, so this is the answer. This is the answer. So this is the actually general formula of vector formula for circular motion. Just we take magnitude of this and omega r, because in circular motion angle between omega and r is 90 degree, and we take the magnitude. So we get the relation v equal to omega r. Suppose in another case, suppose this is origin, and here is a point. Velocity of a point is 12 meter per second. This is point B, and this distance is, suppose this distance is suppose 6 meter, and it makes an angle 60 degree. So what is the angular velocity of B with respect to O? What is the body B, that is linear, that is velocity. The body B moves with a linear velocity 12 meter per second at B, but about the point O, the term angular velocity, because it makes an angle when B is at position this, then the angular position will change. So a term angular velocity about the point O will occur. Angular velocity, what is the angular velocity about O? Angular velocity at point B about O. So the definition is omega equal to v perpendicular divided by r. So here the distance r vector is this. Now if we take perpendicular component, that is this component, we have to take this component perpendicular to r, this component. Now if this is angle 60 degree, then this angle is 60 degree, this angle is 60 degree, so this is 30 degree. Now this and this is perpendicular, so this is 60 degree. So this component will be 12 cos 60 degree. Okay, this is alternate 60. This and this is 90 degree, so this is 30 degree, and this and this is 90 degree, so this 30. If this 30, then this angle is 60 degree, so this component is 12 cos 60 degree. So now what is the angular velocity at B? Equal to 12 cos 60 degree divided by r equal to 6 meter. So this is the answer. So understand this. Now what is the angular velocity when in projectile motion? Suppose a body is projected with a velocity 60 meter per second at an angle 60 degree. Now when it is at the highest point, what is the angular velocity of this point? Suppose highest point is point P, and this point is, suppose this is point origin, this is P, and this is point P1, this is point P2. Now what is the angular velocity of the particle at point P1 and P2 with respect to O? So to find the angular velocity at P1, we have to find the radius vector, and this range is r. Now this is r, so we take height and r by 2. To find the r, we take this. Now we know the value so angular velocity, to calculate angular velocity at point P1, we calculate r. So r equal to root over r by 2 whole square plus h square. We know from Pythagoras theorem with this. What is r? Range, you know the formula of range, u square sin 2 theta by g. This is the range. and maximum height h equal to u sin theta whole square by 2g. So put here, so range equal to u square means 60 square sin 2 theta sin 120 by g 10, that is sin 120 is equal to sin 180 minus 60 root 3 by 2, g is 10. So this, now r square by 4 and h equal to put here, you get, I just I will tell the what is the procedure to find the angular velocity. So by using this formula you get the r equal to this, h equal to this, you get r and h. So you get first the small r, that is this distance. Now what is the velocity of this point? Linear velocity will be u cos theta, that is 60 cos 60 degree, that is 30 meter per second along this. Now we have to take the velocity along this direction, that is perpendicular component, this. Now this is, so to find this alpha, to find this angle alpha, we have to tan alpha equal to perpendicular h by distance r by 2. So from this we get alpha. If this angle is alpha, then we get 180 minus alpha. So velocity along this component is 30 cos 180 minus alpha, 180 minus alpha. So this is the velocity, and so angular velocity at point P1 will be this alpha divided by this distance. Now this distance we calculate from this, so this is the answer. Now what is the velocity, angular velocity at point P2? If a body projected with velocity suppose same 60 meter per second at an angle 60 degree, so at the point r is, again r is the range of the particle. Now what is the angular velocity after, just before the striking? What is the angular velocity? What is the angular velocity just before it strike the ground? Just before it strike the ground. So this is 60 degree angle. Now this, so it makes 60 degree. So it makes 60 degree at here, because this angle and this angle will be same. In projectile motion, this angle and this angle will be same. At same angle it strike. Now we calculate the range equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. This is the range. Now what is the perpendicular component? So if this is 60 degree, then this we have to take this is the velocity 60 meter per second, and this angle and this angle will be same, u cos 30 degree. So answer, angular velocity at point P2 will be 60 cos 30 degree divided by r, which is equal to this, u square means 60 square sin 120 by g 10. So calculate this. This is the angular velocity. Unit is radian per second of linear velocity in circular motion. Expression of linear velocity in vector form, that is expression in vector form. Suppose a particle rotates in circular path at any moment, angular position of the particle is this. Now what is the direction of linear velocity? Linear velocity will be always along the tangent. So this is the linear velocity. If we take, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, that is this is x-axis and this is y-axis. This is the origin. Okay, this is the origin, x-axis, y-axis. So unit vector along this is I, we know. Unit vector along this is j, and this is the radius of the circle. Now what is the r, vector form of r? R equal to, we know, this is r cos theta and this is r sin theta. So we know r equal to r cos theta I plus r sin theta j. This is the vector form of r. Now what is the v? V equal to, we know, dr by dt. dr by dt. So we have to derive, we have to derivative with respect to time of this. So r cos theta I plus r sin theta j, this which is equal to r. Now d by dt of cos theta x minus sin theta into d theta by dt plus sin theta derivative is cos theta into d theta by dt j. Now take common d theta by dt, d theta by dt which is equal to omega. We know omega equal to d theta by dt, d theta by dt. So omega r into minus sin theta I plus cos theta j, cos theta j. Now this is r omega. So if we, this is the expression of linear velocity at any angular position. This is the expression of linear velocity at any angular position theta. So this is a vector quantity. Now if we take the magnitude of v, what happens? R omega into the magnitude of this is 1 root over sin square theta plus cos square theta, which is equal to 1. So v equal to, we get v equal to r omega, we get v equal to r omega. Magnitude of velocity is denoted by the linear speed, v equal to r omega we get from this relation. Now what is the unit vector along this, what is the unit vector along this and this, unit vector along this and this? We have just, this is radial vector and this is the tangential unit vector. Just I derive what is the radius unit vector at angular position theta. This is the radial unit vector, suppose E r, and this is the tangential unit vector et. This is the angle theta. Just I derive what is the radial unit vector. Magnitude of er equal to 1. So what is er? Er equal to radial unit vector. And what is et? Et equal to tangential unit vector. Tangential unit vector. Now just simple, this is the magnitude 1. So if we this is x axis and this is y axis, this is x axis and this is y axis. So unit vector along this is I and this is j, we know that. So what is er will be 1 cos theta I plus 1 sin theta j, because this is unit vector, this is magnitude 1. So this is the answer. So this is 1 cos theta and this is 1 sin theta. So unit vector is this. And what is the tangential unit vector? This is angle theta. So this angle is theta, and this angle will be 90 minus theta, and this angle is this is theta. This is 90 minus theta. So et will be 1 cos 90 minus theta minus I plus 1 sin cos 90 sin 90 minus theta, sin 90 minus theta into j vector, that is minus sin theta I plus cos theta j vector. So this is tangential unit vector, this is tangential unit vector, and this is radial unit vector. So v we have derived that v equal to r omega of minus sin theta I plus cos theta j. In previous topics I have derived that v equal to this. So now et, what is the et? Et equal to this. So v equal to r omega et vector, that is linear velocity is along the tangential unit vector, is along the tangential unit vector. So this is the relation. So if we take magnitude v equal to r omega into 1, because this is unit vector, magnitude of unit vector is 1. Student, this is the end of the class. To get such type of video, subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you.